Every year, Trinidad and Tobago attracts thousands of visitors during the Carnival season. Trinidad has one of the fastest growing economies in terms of its energy sector, whereas Tobago is mainly tourism based. However, it's the celebration of Carnival that represents the rich culture of the people and their traditions. The official commencement of the two-day Carnival celebrations begin with Juve. On Carnival Monday morning, Juve celebrates the darker side of life, and participants get the opportunity to experience a few of the traditions associated with Carnival. However, on Carnival Monday and Tuesday, very few masqueraders portray traditional type masks.
Mask has become very fashion-based, and fashion changes every year. Our masqueraders look for what's trendy, what's sexy. And I remember one year we had a focus group with some masqueraders after designers had produced the prototypes. And we decided to go pretty elaborate, lots of cloth, lots of costuming. And they wanted the beads and feathers and the sexy stuff again. So we deliver we produce what they want, they're our customers.
I'm Lionel Jagerson from the band Lionel Jagerson Associates. This is a fancy Indian band. It is a traditional mass, traditional type of mass. I used to play authentic Indian before, but you can only go so far with authentic Indian. It's a fancy Indian. It's almost like the beads and bikini in Port of Spain. If you understand what I'm saying. It's the same type of material we will use then to create the costumes. Where you'll have to look for different type of materials to look authentic. Which is more kind of brown and dark colors and stuff like that. But I believe Carnival is colors, and we move on from authentic to fancy Indian.
Despite the difference in design of modern masks and traditional masks, there is a great deal of skill and craftsmanship that goes into designing each individual costume.
Say where you want, there's not a place I know better. I'm for holiday. Say where you want, I would love my country forever, yeah.
My name is Wendy Kalicharan from Kalicharan Carnival in San Fernando. We do 99.9% of the stuff here in this mask camp. I do 95% of the sewing. Our costumes are machined. We sit here and make it and sew it, so it's durable. It's not just cut and stick. It's sewn, as you see here, all this is sewn and we plait it by hand. This is the creativity in the mask, which I enjoy. I don't think that I'd ever enjoy the importation of a costume and wearing it. I feel that I need to do it. I mean, you must import rhinestones and feathers and braids, but I mean, like a costume, I hardly likely will ever do that. Hardly likely.
It is the belief of many that the traditions of Carnival, particularly the art of making traditional mask characters, is dying. However, in many communities, these traditions are still practiced and carried on from generation to generation.
basically we're doing here, we're going to plait the rope. But before you plait the rope, you have to lose the rope and get like fiber, like a hair, and loose it out to get smooth as this. So you have to scrape the rope. Get it smooth. This is what I learned from my ancestors and this is what I teaching the younger fellas too. I'm going to start the plait. Basically 3 plaits. You start 2. You're going down. This is an example of the plant lash. This is the fella at the beginning of the song. This is the lash around to the rope and coming down to the end here. This is really the fella that's the only song. Tip of the whip here. This is the wonder here, the firecracker people might want to know what it is. It's just this tip here. It's a simple thing. It's speed breaking the song barrier. But the plant lash is the loudest cracking you ever get. Situation here on the basic of the cracking, single. I just carry what we call the cannon. And then you will see my son with the double whip there. Ronaldo gone. And then we have Ronaldo, he back. Single. Yeah, well, it's from one generation to the next to the next. It's third generation whipman, and Sharon is the 4th. So we go in again. Give him one last shot there, Ronaldo. Everybody take it. Go.
Art forms such as wire bending is an integral aspect of making masks and is one of the skills very few mask makers still practice.
What amazed me a lot, people will come to play mask today because they have their money and whatever it is. But when I was growing up, we wanted to learn to work mask. We're not seeing those people anymore who want to learn to work mask. It's a hell of a thing too. This type of art form that I am dealing with here, this wire bending. Nobody in this band never learned that yet.
Wire bending is a dying art. What I've done in my wire bending, I just don't use wire alone. If you watch here, I use fiberglass rod also. With fiberglass rod, what we could do, we could take this and hit it, right? And it wouldn't dent as much. If it was wire alone and I do that, right, the wire will sink in and it wouldn't pop back out, right? So I mean, it's a traditional art of wire bending, but it's some modern techniques that you could add to it and make it a better product.
Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago is a dying art because most of the big bands in Port of Spain bring in costumes, bikini and beads and feathers. But you scarcely find the hand-cut costumes. We can't say Carnival is really ours.
Some maskmen say all our Carnival arts are dying and we are ordering stuff from China. Then if we develop the 11 to 16-year-old to build masks after they leave school and while they're looking for a job, they could go in a mask camp and start making something.
Like most cultures and traditions, mask making and participation in carnival activities has also evolved to suit the needs of people, while attempting to preserve some of its traditions.
Carnival is a lot about creativity and bringing what's in your imagination to life. And there's a lot of things good that goes on behind Carnival. There's the mask making, the wire bending. There are a lot of people get employed from Carnival too, the seamstress. There's a whole industry. And it is portrayed in the media as wine and jam at the end of the day. But there's a lot of creativity and work that goes in behind the scenes to produce this fine art product, which is the mask itself.
More people have a love for Indian masks nowadays than the other types of masks. All the others you would see less. You have less devils, you have less sailors, less robbers. You don't even see so many robbers anymore, real good ones. You have a couple, maybe 5 or 6 I know. You don't see a banner robbers or a special robber, you know.
Yes, you have the beads and the skimpiness, but then for example my mom, she plays Carnival in a dress, I play mask, but I don't be revealing. So it depends on the individual. I mean, we add extra cloth to our mask. So I wouldn't say that we encourage the negative aspect of it. For example, with children, we don't have their parents have them in a two-piece. We try to encourage the extra cloth, the extra clothing.
The other traditional masks, you only find groups of people, you know, playing the traditional mask. And I say, masks came from traditional masks from the beginning. I feel people should respect that more. But that's where masks come from, you know. But I say, we are designing masks today to suit the people.
Right.
So you will find my mask start to look a little revealing too, because we are trying to encourage the people to play masks, and we're trying to give them what they want.
Right. At the same time, keeping your...
And we will still have to have our authenticity in the mask at the same time.
Sharing the experience and knowledge from senior mask makers to the younger generations in schools and communities is critical in keeping this art form alive.
Timber! When a tree falls down in the forest, when you cut it down, if nobody here doesn't make a song, I find that question very dread, because when it falls on a man and nobody here meant he's still dead. It's about 14 years I started playing rubber. I got it basically from my dad. We go into schools and we try and do things, but it's not an easy no master to play, because you have to learn speech and write speech, and then you have to get over your stage fright. And so it's not everybody could be a rubber, and you have to always find out one person who have the spark and then kind of, you know, encourage them and nurture them and so on.
I have to teach people, you know, the art, and, you know, get them over the years, because I've been here 7 years, and we have devoted people that love it. It's something you really, it's grow on you. It's something you don't think about money. It's the art form that really counts. This is where I am still in it, because I don't really make money in this. I just love it. Love it because God gave me a talent and I'm supposed to spread it. This is why I'm doing things to schools and whatnot to spread it, because I want this thing to continue, because this is something that is a gift.
We try to introduce the mask to the people still, but all we take is traditional mask to them. Jab, jab, pay the devil, gorilla, Indian, Dame Lauren, fireman, you know what I mean, fancy sealer and stuff like that. We try to show them traditional mask. And we will go to the schools too and try to teach the children to do it. You understand what I'm saying? We hope that something come out from it.
We have players from the age of 3 years to 60 years. So that's why we're trying to get the younger people from 3 years, 6 years, 7 years. You see, they break out with the traditional mask from now. It go being them. So the traditional mask have to stay. That is why the younger people have to uplift it. We have to make sure them do it.
I am proud to be portraying traditional mask, because it's our culture is so rich, and by portraying traditional mask, I help to preserve it, as well as it teaches people who are not aware, especially the younger ones, who are not aware of where this history came from and how it all started. Some people believe that it is becoming extinct or it is dying. I believe since it's still being taught in schools, there's a chance of it surviving.
We're here at Destiny Secondary in the art room, and we're in the process of doing some mask making. We are making some heads for the corn beef, more popularly known as the mad cow. And this is our little workshop area where we are creating and practicing the traditions of the mad cow. These are the other phases that the head go through. After we finish with the wire form, we would papier-mâché. And this is a coating of tissue paper that you see on the head that gives it its solid form now. And these are made with foam ears, so it's a lot softer than the cardboard. Then we go through a painting process where we do our first coating, or first set of coating. And here, the holes were cut out for the eyes, and holes also for the nose where we would probably put a ring. And this is a finished head where it has the final coating of colors, the nose ring, and all the horn colors and details that would match with the suit itself.
My name is Shanta. I'm a former student from 1 to 5. I'm here working in the workshop in the art room, building the cowheads, which is a great experience, teaching us about our old mask. It was also very exciting to portray the cowhead in Port of Spain for our traditional mask competition.
It's a passion you carry on for generations, because these are things that people have say are becoming extinct, and with the help of Mr. Bablal, my art teacher, we're able to bring these kind of characters back to life through performances, through expressing exactly what we feel. Art is something I like doing on a daily basis because it's the only way you communicate with people non-verbally, so this is something I do and I love, and I'll continue to do in the future to come. Maybe as a teacher I'm as Mr. Bablal, but we try our best.
I personally believe Carnival is an integral part of our culture, and I strongly believe that at some point in time every Trinidadian should enjoy playing mass, because it gives them that feeling of, this is my thing, this is our culture, and we need to get ourselves involved in not only in the mass, in the pan, and in whatever is culture in Trinidad and Tobago.